It wasn't that long ago that the concept of drones carrying cargo and people was a futuristic one far from Jersey's immediate horizon. But as ideas of science fiction start to become reality, the island has found itself at the cutting edge of a multi-million-pound research programme called ALIAS. The project has seen drone test flights to check the reliability and safety of unmanned aerial technology. I visited the launch site for the trials at the racetrack in Sorrel to sit down with project lead Anthony Lawrenson. We spoke about the future use of drones, what the technology could mean for Jersey, and how he thought the local trials had gone.
Well, fantastic, to be honest. It seems such a long road when we look back. We were obviously out here in April for 3 weeks, starting the first phase of trialling different operators of different drones, different concepts of operations, and I'm moving into the very final phase where we're bringing in these crewed aircraft in the form of a Draken DA-42 and bringing them into the test area. It's really exciting. So it's starting to show to people what the real potential of this technology, what it is.
I know we've had Skyport, Skylift. Can you talk about the actual drones that we've been using so far?
Yeah, so Skylift have been operating the V23, which are a brilliant test platform. They're lightweight, so we obviously wanted to do everything we could to reduce risk. These are research and development aircraft, so that was important to us. Skyport's a slightly different concept. These guys are commercial operators in terms of they have their own delivery networks, so they fly the the Rigitech Eiger aircraft, right, which is the same sort of mass. So again, it's ideal for this sort of testing. In the future, what we're looking to do is bring in larger and more capable UAVs or drones with longer range, more capability, and perhaps more specialist capability.
How large are we talking potentially?
Well, there's no reason that uncrewed aircraft can't reach the scale, complexity and capability of crewed aircraft. It's really where the business case lies to take them to that sort of scale. But if you look at the eVTOL market, the air taxi market, you're regularly seeing drones now that are being developed about the size of a family car.
Wow.
And they are, if you look at the Paris Olympics, you'll see a company, Velicopter, displaying one of their drones, an air taxi, and I think that will be a big change to people, because it's okay talking about a concept or a design, but actually seeing something flying shows that this sort of technology and the changes it's going to mean, not just to aviation, actually to the way we move around the planet, the way that we live, where we live, how we get from A to B, it's going to have a big impact over the next few decades.
Well, let's say it's all green lights from here over the next few years. I know inter-island connectivity is potentially a great case use.
Yeah.
Certainly an air taxi. How far off do you think we are from
that? Very close. The next thing we're looking for is to fund the next phase of ALIAS. We've already flown this week out of the international airport here at Jersey, around the coast, into our training area in Sorrel. Time of flight was around 20-25 minutes. It's not much further. If you look out over the sea from where we're situated now, James, it's not really much further to get out to Guernsey, and in fact it's the same distance really that we've already flown to get over to the French mainland. Right. So technologically it's all there ready to go.
You could do it tomorrow.
We could go. We just need those permissions, and we work very closely with the local regulator, the Director of Civil Aviation, and I think going into the future, and I want to talk about future, I mean this year, early into next year, we'll be looking at carrying out demonstration trials between the islands here in the Channel Islands region, but also looking further afield about providing connectivity to the mainland, probably initially France and then later on England. But there's lots of hurdles that have got to be overcome before them in terms of regulations, customs arrangements, etc., and we've got to bring in those subject matter experts to make sure the whole thing comes together and works.
But the hope is that could be looked at next year.
Well, in terms of trialling it and demonstrating the technical capability, I mean, in terms of setting up a commercial link between these islands, I would strongly suspect that's going to need some kind of governmental support to get the things going. It's infrastructure, it needs that initial investment.
Well, you mentioned investment. I imagine maybe you're restricted on what you can reveal at this stage, but commercial interest. I mean, who's been sniffing around, so to speak?
Yeah, we have had significant commercial interest, not just from aerospace primes, but from the financial sector to look at our sort of technology and the capability that it can bring. As you can see, once you automate this sort of process, it's naturally a very scalable industry. Not only can it reduce costs, it can provide a more environmentally friendly way of moving things and people around the planet, and it can enhance capability. So reducing costs, enhancing capability in a sustainable manner hits a lot of the key targets that investment companies and bigger companies are looking for in terms of the future potential and the future products.
That was Anthony Lawrenson talking to us about the drone test flights that have been taking place in Jersey as part of the ALIAS project. Thanks for your time. To stay up to date with the project and other news, please visit bailiwickexpress.com. But for now, from the Bailiwick Pod team, thanks for listening. See you next time.